Welcome back to the channel and for more Dune the board game content. This is going to be my final video dedicated to, at least for now, dedicated to this game. This time will be for the Ecaz and Moritani houses expansion. And this is going to be a true unboxing here. I'm curious, what is this? Celebrating 10 years of what? Gale Force 9? 1 million board games sold. Congratulations for that. Looking at the box, I really don't understand what this is. I don't remember that. And there's an atomic explosion there, so there must be a reference for that in the game lore, but I'm not seeing it. So this expansion adds Dune Ecaz and Moritani. Let's start with House Ecaz here. So House Ecaz is ruled by Archduke Armand Ecaz, who is well respected in the Landsraad and keen to strengthen his standing by forging lasting alliances. Good to know. I don't remember anything, but I recognize the name from the books. And then House Moritani, led by the ruthless and cunning Viscount Hundro Moritani. The Moritanis do not hesitate to use terror tactics to conquer their enemies, resorting to assassination, sneak attacks, and sabotage. Okay, I think these guys attacked someone in the books. I guess the manual will make reference to that. Nexus Cards provide players with incentives and special effects for not joining an alliance. Discovery tokens add new elements to the game on sections of the board that are often bypassed and don't see much action. Okay, so let's see what is inside this expansion. Let's see. With all these expansions, the game is becoming fairly complex. For my math, it's 12 houses now. Each of them playing differently with different setups, and then modular variants that you can add or not. So definitely, and now we'll have the Quiz Direct version, which will include everything as well as more stuff. So yeah, big game here. So I'm going to get rid of this box, but before that, let me show you the contents now. So we'll have here some planetary tokens, worm tokens, ambassador tokens, and the troops for one. Oh, so many planets on the other side. Let's see. Oh, so these are the base planets: Archduke Gidi Prime, Grumman, Moritani, X from Ixians. Fremen is the southern hemisphere, Caladan, Ecaz. And we'll see the names on the manual. Junction for the Spacing Guild, Riches, Salus Secundus, Tlaylax, Tupil, Wallax Fort for the Wallax 9. And wow, what is this planet? Kaitan, where the Emperor lives. Wait, but there are two planets for the Emperor. It's Salus Secundus and Kaitan. There must be an explanation for that. Hey, why is this leader two-color? Duke Prad Vidal is while he is purple, he is Ecaz, but also blue. Okay, so this is going crazy. And terror tokens. Wow, terror tokens. And we also have the screens, Moritani, and Archduke Armand Ecaz. Moritani. Okay, we'll get to see the powers after. Let's start with the manual. We wanted to open up a wider Dune universe. We saw Ecaz and Moritani as two factions that were like distorted mirrors of each other. Okay, in the ongoing struggle, they attacked each other homeworlds. Also in Dune, Duke Liquid Readers orders an attack on the Arcanon homeworld to destroy the spice stockpiles. We wanted to give players the ability to recreate these tactical moves and push players to carefully consider how many forces they could afford send into Arrakis. Okay, the War of Assassins. So this is the lore here. Viscount Hundro Moritani became known for his ruthless tactics and penchant for floating the rules of Imperium, even attempting to use atomics to kill the Emperor and other great houses. Okay, so I remember that from these books. Archduke Armand Ecaz was determined to strengthen his alliance with House Atreides through marriage. Oh no, so it's marriage, okay. But the treachery of Ecaz Duke Vidal, working in cahoots with the Moritani, resulted in tragedy. Ah, okay. Um, so I remember that Duke Leto Atreides was married with someone, and he had the first child, and this child died in an accident or an attack. I guess this is from that book. I don't remember the details. Okay, so led by the ruthless and cunning Viscount Hundro Moritani, the Moritani do not hesitate to use terror tactics to conquer things. And beside Hundro, you have Imreser, Lupino Ord, Trin Kronos, Guru Kronos, Vando Terboli, and Duke Prad Vidal. Duke Prad Vidal is an Ecaz leader. However, control of Duke Vidal can move back and forth between House Moritani and House Ecaz. There is no traitor card for Duke Vidal. Hmm. What about if you play with both? What happens to him? House Ecaz was ruled by, maybe in the books he also was between two houses. Well respected in the Landsraad and keen to strengthen his standings by forging lasting alliances. Sani Ecaz, Ileza Ecaz, Rivi Dinari, Bindik Narvi, and Whitmore Blood. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. So, setup, the new Karama things, the faction explanations, we'll get to take a look at them. And powers of the alliance, and then the new variants that we'll take a look after. Oh, clarifications on Duke Vidal. Duke Prad Vidal was a leader of House Ecaz, but Archduke Armand Ecaz was the ruler of the planet Ecaz and House Ecaz overall. There was much animosity between them as Vidal plotted to replace the Archduke with the help of Viscount Moritani. In the expansion, control of Duke Vidal can move back and forth between House Moritani and House Ecaz, and there is no trader card. Ecaz can only gain Duke Vidal by use of their ambassador. Moritani must be in battle in at least 2 strongholds to gain Duke Vidal. When Ecaz gains Duke Vidal, they keep him until he is used in battle or taken by Moritani. Moritani only keep him for 1 battle, but can gain him again on a subsequent turn if they meet their advantage conditions. Duke Vidal cannot be revived by House Ecaz, even with the Gale treachery card. Furthermore, if Ecaz has 5 leader in the tanks, they may begin reviving normally, even if they still hold 1 leader. Okay, so this is super boring. I'm feeling super boring just by reading this, because I don't think this makes sense to have a leader that can flow between houses if you are not sure that both houses will be in play. So maybe the explanation will mention that you can only... I hope that you can only use that guy if both houses are present. Okay, that's super strange. The new Nexus cards, we'll get back to here. Treachery cards. Okay, discovery tokens. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's it. Whew, so many things. Where to start? Okay, so let's see if we can get some clarification. Look at this. The Moritani, they have... No, they don't. Wow. What's happening here? I guess the printing made a mistake here, and the game has 2. We don't need 2, right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So I was going to say, look at these guys. They're so complex that you need 2 guidelines, but it's the same. It's the same. I don't see a difference. So I guess one of them will go trash. One of them will go trash. Hopefully. Let's just confirm before I trash anything. So on the component side, we have 2 fraction sets. So 2 alliance. No. 1 player, 1 player, 1 card, 1 card. I don't see 3 treasury card. Not what I'm looking for. No. leaders, player shield, player sheet. Each set contains a player sheet, so this is a player sheet, right? That's a player sheet. Player sheet. So one for each. Player shield, player sheet, player marker, 5 leader discs, 5 leader discs. So that guy, the Moritani. Okay, the Duke Vital leader disc, control of the Duke Vital leader disc, and swap it. Yeah, the same thing. Yeah, there is one extra here. Sorry for that. Let's go and let's see how this thing works. So six forces in any unoccupied territory after all factions set up, 14 forces in reserve, starting with 12 spies. Wow, the most money I've seen. 12 spies. You have 6 terror tokens that you keep hidden. Terror tokens, these things. Okay, so we'll get to the alliance later. You resort to terrorism. It's not just the Arconans. During the Mentat pause, you may place a terror token face down in any stronghold that doesn't have one other than Ixie and Hidden Mobile, even one under Storm. Doesn't have. Okay, so you put a token there, or else move to one to a stronghold that doesn't have one. You may reveal and activate a terror token when another faction other than your ally enters a stronghold containing one. Apply the effects. Revealed tokens are removed from the game. So okay, are these the the revealed tokens are here? Cool. So let's see, and also have the atomics. Are these the revealed tokens? The terror tokens? I guess they are. Let's see what they do. Haha, this should be fun. Atomics. All forces in the territory go to the tanks. Place the atomics aftermath token in the territory. Okay, so no forces may ever ship into this territory, even Fremen. It's nuclear winter there. From this turn forward, your hand limit is reduced by 1, as well as your allies. Okay, why is that? Discarding a random card if a hand exceeds the limit. Why do you limit your hand? It's to balance things, right? Then assassination. Choose a random leader from that player and send it to the tanks. Collect spies for the killed leader and 3 for Zoal, the guy that has X. Cool. Extortion. Gain 5 spies from the spice bank. Place in front of your shield. Collect it in the Mentat pause. Then regain this terror token unless any other player in Storm. Player in Storm? In Storm Order. Okay, Storm Order plays you 3 spies. So someone pays me 3 for me not to get 5. I don't think that will happen. Robbery, unless the Emperor or someone does that. Someone that is flowing with money. Robbery. Steal half the spies rounded up from that player, or take the top card of the treachery deck, then discarding a card of your choice if you exceed the maximum end size. Sabotage. Draw a random treachery card from that player and discard it if possible. Then you may give that player a treachery card of your choice from your hand. Sneak attack. Send up to 5 of your forces in reserve into that territory at no cost, subject to storm and occupancy rules, even if the atomic aftermath token is there. So if there is an atomic aftermath there, how can some other player go there? Because you reveal and activate a terror token when another faction enters a stronghold containing one. So if there is atomic, they could not go there. Yep. Enemy of my enemy. When a faction other than Ecaz would trigger a terror token, you may offer to enter in alliance with that faction, but these no, they cannot, before the token is revealed. If that faction accepts, you both are now allied, breaking existing alliances, either or both if you're in. Okay, it's a private nexus. Your terror token is not revealed, and it returns. Your terror token is not revealed, and returns to your supply. If that faction doesn't accept, the terror token must be revealed. Your terror token is not revealed and returns to your supply. If that faction does not accept, the turtle must be revealed. Okay, that's right, because you need to reveal. It revealed. I don't know. This is written in a way that confuses me. And then Duke Vidal. Ah, Duke Vidal. There is also a token for the Duke Vidal. No, you gain. No, no. Wait. Sorry. These are the tokens, and now these are separate things. Oh, okay. It's not this token. I'm confusing myself. It's not related to this. So when a faction would trigger a terror token, any of them you may offer to enter into an alliance with that faction before the token is revealed. Ah, okay, I get it now. So it's not this image. The image belongs to here. It's so stupid. So what happens is, hey, there's a terror token there, and you stepped in. Do you want to be in alliance with me? If yes, then we don't reveal the token. If no, the terror token is revealed and it applies its effect. Duh. Yes, I'm very tired. Sorry. Duke Vidal. You gain Duke Vidal at the end of shipment and movement if you are in at least 2 battles in strongholds, not counting battles involving Ecaz. If he is not in the tanks, taking him from any faction currently controlling him. Set him aside at the end of the turn if he is not in the tanks or captured. So how would a faction control Duke Vidal? I mean, I'm missing here also something about Duke Vidal. Is it a setup thing or it just comes in when Ecaz comes in? Yeah, because he's an Ecaz leader. Okay, but he can go to the other ones. Okay, just that. And then on the advanced game, when you lose a battle in which the opposing player had the leader disc that was not killed and no trader card was called, you may reveal a trader card for the same faction other than the leader you opposed. If they are not in the tanks, kill that leader and collect spies for them. During the method phase, set up the revealed card aside up as a marker, then draw up a new trader card. This advantage may only be used once against each function. You may reveal a trader card normally, but then this advantage is lost. Okay, so you can use trader cards from the same faction to kill another leader. That's pretty powerful, yeah. Although you just have one trader, you could target the entire faction. And when you are in alliance with these guys, when your ally loses a battle that had a winner, they must keep one treasury card they played. Okay, so you keep cards. They keep cards. Moving now here to Ecaz, the other faction. So it starts with 6 forces in the Imperial Basin, 14 in reserves. The Ecaz ambassador token is yours, and 5 random ambassador tokens. We've seen these here, ambassador tokens here. Start with 12 spies, 2 forces, and you forge strong alliances. Everyone will wanting to be an allied with you. It seems. At the end of revival, you may spend spies to place an ambassador token from your supply into any stronghold not in storm that does not have one. The cost of 1 spice for a single ambassador token, but it increases by 1 spice for each subsequent ambassador token placed that turn. When another faction other than your ally advisors or the faction matching the marker enters a stronghold with an ambassador, you may trigger its effect and set it aside. And the effects are here. After all 5 of the random tokens have been triggered, return them to the unused tokens, with the exception of Bene Gesserit, see below. Then draw a new supply of 5 ambassador tokens. So the ambassador tokens have some symbols below, as you can see. They represent the factions. Okay. Starting here with Ecaz. You gain Duke Vital if he is not in the tanks. Capture or Gale and everything. You may then give control Duke Vidal to that faction. For this turn, if they allied with you, this token returns to your available supply. The token. Okay, so this guy is a leader, but you can give it to another player, and he's very strong. As we've seen, he has 6 of strength, so he's one of the strongest leaders in the game. For the 3Ds, you can see the faction hand. The Bene Gesserit trigger the effect of any ambassador that was not part of your supply, then remove the Bene Gesserit ambassador from the game. Discard any of your treachery cards and gain 3 spice for each one from the spice bank. Emperor, give 5 spice, get 5 spice from the spice bank. The Fremen. Fremen, move a group of your forces on the board on any territory, subject to storm and occupancy rules. The Archon, you may look at the random traded card that the faction holds. Ixian, discard a treachery card and draw a new one from the deck. Riches, you pay 3 spice to the spice bank. Okay, Spacing Guild, you can send 4 forces for free. And that Leilaxu, you can revive one of your leaders or 4 forces. Okay, so another power is the Occupy power. When you are in an alliance, you and your allies' forces are considered the same faction, and they may enter and occupy the same territory. That's good. That's good for really strong fighting. If you are both collecting spice from a territory, you split the collection, however you both agree, and or as evenly as possible with your ally, gaining the remainder if you cannot agree. Okay. If you are both in a battle with another faction, you decide which of you is considered a faction in the battle, choosing the leader and treasury cards, and the battle is determined. Regardless of who fights the battle, your ally forces are the ones dialed, and half of your forces in the territory rounded up are added to the number dialed. Okay. After the battle, so yeah. And then on revival, you may always revive Duke Vidal for 5 spice no matter how many of your leaders are in the tanks. You may revive leaders normally when at least 5 are in the tanks, counting Duke Vidal. Okay. So the best friend of all the factions will be this guy, as this guy is here. And then when you are in alliance, you may choose to have your ally benefit from a trigger ambassador effect. One of these here. Then when the game goes to the advanced mode, loyalty. At the start of the game, before traders are drawn, set aside a random trader card for your faction, face up for all players to see. It is never added to the trader deck, and then you draw traders normally. So you get one of the traders, one of your cards away, so one less possibility for you to get a trader. Yeah, so you can, when you fight with that trader, with that leader, you already know it's never going to be a trader. Unless there's a Ixalan there or something. The Lilaxu trade, a face dancer, would that be? Because it's before traders are drawn now, so it's before traders are drawn. I need to check what is the timing here, because it's becoming complex with all these factions. And then on collection, if you and your ally occupy Arrakeen, Carthage, or Tuek Siege, you both collect the full amount of spice for occupying the strongholds during the spice collection phase. Cool. Cool. Okay, so there's only one thing left, which is the cards and these different tokens. Let's take a look at the cards now and see how this interacts also with the planets, the home-based planets. Tleilax. So if Earth was a planet on Dune, and it was, but it was destroyed by atomics during a fight with the Overmind. It's part of the lore as well. What happened to Earth? Earth will be the house from Earth. It will be the Earthlings, considering the logic. Okay, so let's separate here things. We start with the traders, yam, treachery. Oh, only 3 new treacheries. Spice cards? Spice. Okay, new spice card. Nexus cards. Wow. Prediction and allies. So allies. So for this new faction, you have the corresponding ally card. We were expecting that. And as well, if you are the Bene Gesserit and you want to predict either Ecaz or Moritani will win, there's the card for that. As expected as well, the trader cards for these factions. So the Ecaz leaders here. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have the famous guy Duke Vidal, as it could not be a trader, and then the 5 Moritani traders as well, as expected. Then the treachery cards. So for the first time, this is only having three treachery cards. Play during revival, a faction double their current free revival rates. Their normal revival limit is increased to 7. Discard after use. So you need to be careful because all factions will double. It's not just you, it's all factions. So this needs to be used in a strategic moment. Then reinforcements. Play as part of your battle plan in place a weapon or a defense. Add 2 to the dial number, then send 3 forces from your reserves to the tanks. Why would you send already forces to the reserves to the tanks? So you immediately kill, and then you may not use this card if you do not have at least 3 forces in the reserves. Discard after use. So you kill forces in advance in order to boost 2 to the dial number. That's it. Harass and withdraw. As part of your battle plan, in place of a weapon or defense. Okay. And when your undialed forces return to your reserves. So if you die, the undialed forces return to your reserves. Your leader may still be killed normally. Well, but if you win, you also get your undialed forces back. Your opponent calls traitor. If your opponent calls traitor, this effect is cancelled. A phased answer called on your leader has no effect on your undialed forces. Do not use them. Do not use when your homeworld. Do not use when on your homeworld. Discard after use. So we don't know how the homeworlds work because we haven't seen that. They are the homeworlds. Then there are new spice cards. So yeah, I remember the manual mentioned that there will be some spice in places where normally there's not. So does that mean that, for example, I see there's something strange there? Let me open the map and we can confirm if all these spots are marked normally as potential spice places. Let's confirm that. Oops, I just lost. It's the game box. So here, for example, Cia Ridge. Cia Ridge is here. Has a different name. Cielago East. Add 6 spies on Cia Ridge. Ear egg token on Cielago East. What's happening here? Let me see another one. So this old back is a normal one. 6 on old gap, and then smuggler token on false wall west. Okay, so smuggler token. You see the token there? It's not expecting to have to use. That's the token there, smuggler token. Something behind it. We need to know how these things work. But this one here, Irach token. As Irach token is this one, the worm token. Okay, so there's some mechanic here that we need to figure it out. Here too, rock outcroppings. Rock outcroppings is there, up there. Let me show you. It's up there. And Irach token on Meridian. Meridian is down here. Meridian. Okay, so there's a spice there and a token there. Okay, here is spice there. And now I understand. So Cia Ridge is, yeah, it's up there. Now I understand. So the map should be, you put there as well, and you
put a token in Cielago East. So this token is made of something. And there's also a special worm, the Great Maker. Treat the Great Maker as Shadow Loot card with the following exceptions. All players vote to determine if there is Nexus or not. Okay, so some players may not want a Nexus. Fremen may use any number of their reserves to ride the worm. Okay, so it's the ideal time for us to go here to the manual and see what are these new tokens. Yeah, here you go. They are called the Discovery tokens. Discovery tokens add new elements to the game on sections on the board that are often bypassed. For this variant, shuffle the 7 new spice cards in the spice deck. Place the 8 Discovery tokens face down on one side of the board and mix that up. Okay, so it's a variant. And then let's see what the tokens may be. You may have tokens, 2 types of discovery tokens, Irag or Smuggler, Irag and Smugglers, and then on the other side you have Irag tokens, which have this power discounts as a normal stronghold. If you win a battle in this stronghold, gain 1 spice for each of your opponent's Endile forces, then go to the tanks. Whenever Irag token is face down on the board, the Fremen may look at it anytime without revealing it. Okay, so there's a sister. You may occupy this territory during spice collection phase. If you occupy, gain 2 spice from the spice bank. Okay, you keep that. So this is adding more places in the map. Ecological training testing station. If you occupy this territory in a storm, you may add and subtract the movement of the storm by 1. This has no effect on weather control. Okay, so you control a little bit the storm. And then the shrine. If you occupy this territory, you may play a trust dance as a karma card or vice versa. Then the smuggler tokens, which is the opposite. The smuggler tokens. When the smuggler token is face down on the board, the spacing guild may look at it. Okay, orgies processing station. If you occupy the territory during the spice collection, steal 1 spice for each spice blonde collected. Steal 1 spice. So if I go there, you steal me. Treasury card stash. Gain a treasury card. If your hands are full, gain a card, then discard any card. Spice stash. Gain 7 spice. Gain the token. The ordinary topper. You may use it on a subsequent turn to 3 movements, and then you remove a token. That's it. Cool. Okay, so yeah. So this is a variant. It should not go into the normal deck because it will include these tokens, but maybe it spices the game in an interesting way. Okay, nice to know. So sorry, now I'm a bit lost here. Oh, so the cards that are missing. Now we have the Nexus cards. Okay, so we have apparently a card for each faction. Yeah, and the way it works is this way. Nexus cards provide players a special effect for not joining the alliance. Oh, I remember, yes, in the beginning of the movie we saw that. There are incentives for not joining. In the end of a Spice Law Nexus phase, a Nexus occur and at least one alliance and at least one alliance exists. Any player not in an alliance may draw 1 Nexus card. That's cool because what happens in this game is that if you're playing with 4 and then 2 players ally, the other 2 players they need to ally. Otherwise they are not. They will lose the game, right? So, but now apparently you can decide not to ally and then have some kind of advantage on that. Let's see. Any player not in alliance may draw 1 Nexus card and keep it secret until used, or discard one they are holding and draw a new one. If you hold a Nexus card, you must discard it to enter into an alliance with another player. If you play a Nexus card, you may draw another one at the end of the next Nexus. If you're not in alliance, Nexus cards are drawn after all alliances are made. Once used, the Nexus card is discarded. Okay, Nexus cards have three possible effects. A betrayal. This is the faction. This is if the faction is in the game but controlled by another player. Betrayal allows you to cancel an advantage that faction has when try to use it. Sometimes even cancels an alliance. The cunning effect. This effect is if you draw your own faction Nexus card. Okay, cunning gives you an edged version of one of your advantages, and then a secret ally. This effect is a faction. This effect is if a faction is not in the game. You have a secret alliance with that faction, and you may use that effect. Okay, that's cool. So you don't need to take cards out. So let's see what we have then. So you can betray the 3Ds, prevent the 3Ds from seeing one element in any battle plan. Okay, and then if you are the 3Ds, you can force an opponent to show you a second element of their battle plan. And there's a secret ally. If the 3Ds are not in the game, during a battle, force your opponent to reveal your choice. Okay, so you get the 3Ds power. So that will be the same thing for all the cards, right? If a 3Ds is in the game but not allied with you, if you are the Bene Gesserit, and if the Bene Gesserit is not in the game. So another modular, another interesting thing that you can implement. That's cool. Okay. Then the battle, the planets. The planet seems difficult because you have all these planets and all these tokens. So let's take a look at the manual and see how we play with that. And I promise this is the last thing. Okay, variant. Homeworld variant. Homeworld variant. These cards represent each faction homeworld on the main, and the accompanying planet disk is where their reserve forces are kept. Okay. Not behind the shield, but on the planets. Each homeworld card is two-sided. The side which is full art is the high threshold side, which is what the players start with. The other side is a low threshold, when their reserves dip below a certain number. Okay, so on high threshold you maintain a certain number of forces here, provides a faction with a new advantage. Okay, we'll see though. As long as the faction maintains a minimum threshold, they have the advantage. Okay, and then they start to die, so the reverse side of the homeworld show the low threshold and occupy it. When a faction reserves reach low threshold level, a potential penalty is activated. Additionally, a faction's free revival is increased by 1, okay, in order for it to come back fast to the high threshold. And when collecting Chome, you collect 1 extra spice. Okay. Occupying other worlds. So now the battle goes outside the Dune board. You also attack the home planets. Okay. Faction can ship to another planet's homeworld and attack their reserves there, or immediately occupy the homeworld if there are no reserves there. If a player starts or ends a turn occupying another faction's homeworld with 1 or more of their forces, they are considered the occupier and gain the advantage. If at any time a faction occupies another faction's homeworld, they are immediately considered the occupier for that turn. Okay, so, and there's battle, I assume, right? Well, how can I show you this? Occupiers also gain spice income during spice collection from some homeworlds, shown on the card. Okay, and where's the battles? There it is. Battles. Different thresholds also afford varying battle strengths. Okay, interesting. Okay. Emperor's Homeworlds. We'll see the cards. Let's take a look at the cards and the planets. So, how many planets do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I see 13 because there were 2 for the Emperor. I don't know why. Maybe the Emperor has 2 planets because he's the Emperor, right? So let's see. High threshold. You need to have 5 to 20 Emperor reserves here. At the end of bidding, you may pay 2 spice per card to discard treasury cards from your hand. Emperor adds 2 to dial in battles here. Okay, Emperor only lose 2 to lasgun shield explosions on Kaitan. And on the other side, the low threshold, when you are 0 to 4, you only collect half rounded of the treasury card payments. That's very bad, so you really need to keep this feed in order not to lose that. But you get +1 free revival and +1 from show. Emperor adds 3 to dial in battles here, so he always has an advantage. Emperor only lose 3 to last. Okay, and if you occupiers collect the other half of the treasury card payments you receive. So because if you occupy this, it goes to 0, so automatically goes to the low stronghold. If you keep at least 1 force here, then you need to pay. You get the treasure. That's funny. Okay, the Sardaukar. Now this is the planet. Kaitan is like the home base, and then you have the Sardaukar. The planet where the Sardar. You need to have the Sardaukar here. Special one. Okay. Then the Telaxu. Junctions from Space Needle. Here are the eyeliners there. Riches, Grumman. Okay, I won't read all of them. We get the idea. So it's another place for you to take. And what about the Fremen? Yes, the Fremen is strange. Oh, it's the southern hemisphere. It's on the other side of the Dune world. Okay. That's strange because you only need to keep 3 here. You only need to keep 3 because most the forces start in the planet, so you just need to keep 3 to have a high threshold. Your Fredaiken forces may be immediately into any territory where you have forces when revived. So, 3 to 20. So, yeah, and then on the other side, half of the spice you collect during spice collection is given to the occupier. Okay. Then Ecaz. Yeah, you get the point. Oh, this planet is very strange. Shown planet is a dark planet. Wallach 9th and Caladan. Interesting. That's interesting. Very good. Okay, and the planets where you put the forces. You've seen that. I guess that's it. So yes, this also marks the end of my journey in going through all the content for Dune, the board game. So what a journey. If you want to visit that journey, you can find all the videos in the channel for base game and the 3 expansions, including this one. So I hope that you find that interesting. And if so, don't forget to hit that like button. It's the best way for you to thank me from this work. And if you like board games in general, I truly invite you to check the channel and see the content there, which I believe there will be interesting content for you to be part of this community and watch my future videos. Thank you, and I hope to see you on the next one. Goodbye.